Very good evening, everyone. This is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa with the DVScotland Monday Night Net. So for the duration of the net, I'll be using my own call sign, Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa, as net control. So we'll kick it off, and we'll look for some check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now. This is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa. Listening for any check-ins. Go ahead now, please.
This is Mike 6 Golf Victor Sierra. Mike 6 Golf Victor Sierra, Gary in Sheffield.
This is a Mike 3 Romeo Charlie Romeo. Mike 3 Romeo Charlie Romeo. Jess in Stirling, over.
Okay, folks, we've got two check-ins there. We've got Gary, Mike 6 Golf Victor Sierra, and also Mike 3 Romeo Charlie Romeo. Very good evening. So I'll put it down to M6GVS, round to you, from MM3XGP.
This is Mike 6 Golf Victor. Apologise for that. Yeah, this is Mike 6 Golf Victor Sierra, Gary. I'm at our local radio club, which is G3RCM. If you like me, if it's okay with you, I could pass a few more to check in from our local club there, over.
Yeah, very good evening, Gary, and very good evening to everyone at the local club. It's very nice to hear clubs calling in, and yeah, by all means, get them to check in. The more the merrier. That'd be very much appreciated. Round to you, Gary, from MM3XGP. Personal this end is Gordon, and the current location is Preston Pans, which is 13 miles south of the capital city of Edinburgh. Round to you, Gary, from MM3XGP.
M1ERS portable.
Yeah, M1 URS portable. Very good evening, sir. Nice to hear you, and nice to hear the Sheffield club. I'm assuming that's what it's called. You can give it a wee plug if you want. Feel free. MM3XGP, round to you, sir.
M1ERS portable. Name's Steve. It's nice to check in tonight. I've been saying for a couple of weeks I'll check in, and I'm the chairman at club, and I do run the GB4 HAM thing, and I think it's Gordon what, I don't know, I think it's Gordon what keeps putting some posts up, which is greatly appreciated on the Scottish net as well. So it's nice to check in with you. I'll not hold it, because there's quite a few members here tonight, so I'm going to disappear, get myself a drink or two, but it's nice to check into the net from M1ERS portable.
Yeah, M1ERS. Yeah, many thanks there, Steve, and many thanks for the the appreciation of all my hard work on social media. Sometimes I do go a wee bit overboard with trying to promote it, but it's one of the things we need to get the word out there, and just get people talking. And that's what this net was all set up for. It wasn't primarily just for DV Scotland or people in Scotland. It was just to get people on repeaters to come on the air, and it's good to hear a club come on the air as well, because a lot of clubs put people through the exams and then they disappear into the mist, and we don't hear them because they maybe be a wee bit shy or don't want to call in. But we'll take all levels of call sign on this net, and it's good to, as Bob Hoskins once said, it's good to talk there, Steve. Go ahead. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. I'm seeing a lot of spikes on the system. Okay, I'll move down to MM3RCR, Jessica over in Bannockburn, and very good evening. Nice to hear you. I don't think we've worked before, although we've probably both been licensed the same length of time. Right to yourself there, Jessica, and very good evening from MM3XCP.
M3, X-ray Golf Papa, MM3RCR returning. Yeah, the name's Jess for short. No need for a full name unless I get into trouble there. But yeah, license December 06. Went off the air late 07 and come back about 6 years ago. So I had a good whack of time off. I have got the intermediate booklet here, but it's just getting the gumption to actually sit there and try and study them all. That's the only thing. Back to yourself there, Gordon, MM3RCR.
Yeah, MM3RCR, MM3XCP. Well, you done it in November, and I done mine in September, so I'm slightly just ahead of you, but I'm the same as you. I've got the intermediate book. I think I use it as a coaster for the coffee cup hi, but I really must get on. But I think that's what it is. It's finding a study buddy. Here's a new word. You heard it here first, folks, on the DVScotland net. A study buddy. I think I'll pay that terminology. I think that's what we need, is getting people on the air and having a study buddy. A bit like what America has. They have their Elmers. I think we should have a study buddy. What do you think on that one, Jess? Go ahead.
Not too sure if that was someone else trying to call in. Yeah, it's certainly a good idea. As I say, I prefer doing it when there's two or three is there and you can bounce things off each other. And I wouldn't say you get into every contest to get things right, but it kind of works out sort of that way. That's what we did. There was 6 years went through the course at the same time. It was Willie, GM0 MGB that helped get me through mine, and John as well, and I can't remember John's call sign, through the Sterling Club. And Mel, I need a study buddy, and getting on HF with an MMC call is great. You're still able to work the world. At this time, with the way things are, propagation-wise, I prefer using the club gear and then the club call, Sterling Club call. get a lot further. Because it's always a full license holder there, so I can use the club call with the club power, the full 400 watts, and the beams and all the rest of it. So it's certainly at this time with the low propagation. Anyway, no, right there, I'll no waffle on too much here. MM3 XGP, MM3 RCR.
Yeah, fine, Jess, and fine on the Stirling club. Yeah, they do a grand job. It's one of the clubs that I've seen plenty about it, but I haven't actually ever visited it. But I'll maybe put that on my to-do list and pay a wee visit the next time it's open for anybody to pop in. Okay, Jess, many thanks for checking in, and we're here every week, every Monday night. From 8 o'clock to 9:30. Normally I've got my compadre Andy, but he's having a night off tonight, so I said I'd jump in at the deep end and do the whole net. So we'll see. Ask me that question at 9:30. We'll see. But many thanks for checking in, Jess, and we'll catch up with you later. And yeah, certainly pop in again. And regards to everybody over in Bannockburn and Stirling and down at the club. And we'll hear you again. Cheers for now. And we'll put it back round to you for a final. And we'll see if we can get some more check-ins.
Yeah, sure, I'll be sitting here listening. I've only just got the radio programme for the Monday night there last Thursday, so I will be sitting there listening. MM3 X-Ray Golf Papa Mike 3 Radio Canada Radio.
Yeah, 73, Jess, and we'll speak to you again. Okay, folks, this is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa. I'm your net controller for the DVScotland Monday night multi-mode net. I'm now looking for some more check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now.
Good evening. This is Golf Mike 3 Yankee Papa Quebec GM3YPQ. Name's Phil, West Highlands.
Yeah, very good evening, Phil. GM3UPQ over in Bump Island. It's normally my neck of the woods. Well, Glenrothes. I'm originally from Glenrothes. I still stay there, but I'm over in Preston Pans at the moment. Enjoying the lovely weather we've got here. Nice to hear you. I don't think we've worked before. Person on this end is Gordon, and the call sign is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa. Round to you, sir, from MM3XGP.
Yes, MM3XGP from GM3 YPQ. It's Yankee Papa Quebec there, Gordon. Very good evening to you. Name's Phil. Hotel India Lima, as in Phil Armour. I'm in the little village of Letterfern, which is right opposite Island Donnan Castle, opposite the Isle of Skye. And it's a lovely evening now. We've had a lot of rain, but you probably know that. Lovely evening now. I'm looking out over the loch, and it's as still and flat like a mirror. Normal home location is Cornwall, near Bude, and but we've been renovating this derelict old building for the last few years. We've just finished it now, so I like spending some time up here as often as possible. Derelict for 40 years. Nobody wanted it, but we were daft enough to have a go. Pleased with the outcome, but it's taken longer. But that's always the case, isn't it, Gordon? on Preston Pans, that's fine. All's well at our end. I'm just sitting here, actually, overlooking the loch, watching an otter. So it's all very idyllic. So back to you, MM3XGP from GM3 Yankee Papa Quebec.
Yeah, GM3 Yankee Papa Quebec, MM3XGP returning. And fine on the otters. I've just had that mental picture as soon as you said that. The movie I'm trying. What was it? Was it Ring of Bright Water? Was it? Or have I got it wrong? The guy done the same thing. Got a cottage in the middle of nowhere and watched the otters. Was it Ring of Bright Water? I can't remember. I'm showing my age now. But yeah, nice to hear you. And I wonder how you're accessing the system there. How you're coming in? Is it via a phone or one of the local repeaters or some other device? MM3XGP.
Yes, I'm fine there, Gordon. GM3YPQ. Yeah, very good. And yes, you're absolutely right. The film that you referred to was called Ring of Bright Water. And it was written in a place called Sandegg, which is about 4 miles south of where I am at the moment. So we could easily get down there, and it's a magic spot. And he wrote that back in the 60s. Beautiful book. And then a film was made of it with Virginia McKenna and Bill Travers. The film didn't really reflect the book. But it was very popular, and it certainly helped promote the bloke's work anyway. Interesting fellow, Gavin Maxwell. That's just about 4 months where we are. And just that he used were from the Middle East, actually. They were like pets to him. But of course, they're wild otters as well. I'm getting in via my phone, actually. The telephone number that Bruce and Shane and co have set up. And using the mute button as the press to talk, and that's the way I'm getting in. It's not normally. I normally have an RPG node, but that's home near Bude, there, Gordon. So that's the setup here, and just really enjoying just chilling out at the moment. So and the midges haven't got going yet. You'll be pleased to hear, but thinking about it. The Bluebells are fantastic. That's another story. MM3XGP. Back to you, Gordon. GM3YPQ.
GM3YPQ. MM3XGP returning. Yeah, fine on the midges. I done the North Coast 500 2 years back in October. Best time to do it. the midges have all emigrated and went somewhere else, because that was my worrying thought. But there's that many stories, old wives' tales, what to use or such like. Someone says, "Oh, I have plenty of oranges and have orange peel round about you because they hate that," and you're going to get bitten. It's one of the things. At least you go back with something, and everybody you meet, they'll say, "Oh, you've been to Scotland, then you've been to the West Coast." It always seems to be the worst. Yeah. Anyway, I won't hold it. I'll put it back around to you for any finals, and fine on coming in via the phone system. Yeah, it seems to work. Audio is lovely off it, and hopefully we'll hear you either back using GM or back using G3YPQ. Put it around you for a final, and we'll see if we can get any more in the log from MM3XGP.
Yeah, very good there, Gordon. Thanks for that. Very interesting stuff. And yeah, well, sometimes you just have to dive for cover when the midge is concerned. But they're a bit overrated. You know, get the wind above 5 miles an hour and they don't come out, and temperature drops and they don't come out. So sometimes you have no choice but to dive for cover. There's people in tents that I sympathise with on those occasions, Gordon. Anyway, very nice to work with you there for the first time on a Monday night. Thanks for the QSO. I'm the bloke that does the aerials. I don't know whether you've been on the gateways on the air thing where the discount on the rubberscopic aerials, that's me. I've been shifting a few. So if Oscar is listening, thank you. Your marketing has worked. I've got some beer money for the next couple of weeks. Okay, 7-3 there, Gordon. And thanks for the QSO. I'll leave you to it. Probably more people wanting to check in. But from a glorious Loch Duich opposite Island Donnan Castle, very good evening to you. From GM3YPQ.
Yeah, many thanks. And yeah, I know who you are now. As soon as you made the announcement about the rubberscopic, I know. I haven't purchased one as yet, but early days. Many thanks, and we'll hear you again, no doubt, from that glorious location. One of the most photographed castles. Everyone thinks it's Edinburgh and Stirling, but I could sit and have a full-blown debate about the most photographed castles, and certainly that one is up there. I think more famously for Highlander, the movie, but there you go. Okay, cheers for now, and we'll speak to you again. MM3XGP.
Yeah, 7-3 to you there, Gordon, and thanks for the QSO, most enjoyable. And I'll leave you to it and see who else is going to pop up. Bye for now.
Okay, folks, that's us reached the bottom of the list, so we'll see if we've got any more check-ins. This is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa with the DVScotland multi-mode net. We're here every Monday evening, 8 PM to 9:30. And we're looking for some more check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Go ahead now, please.
Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel, G7 MBH. Mike in Durham here.
G7, I think it was NBH. Maybe you can correct me in your next over. Round to you, sir, from MM3XGP.
Golf 6, Victor, Uniform Echo Photo, Hamshack Radio Club.
Whiskey 9, Juliet, Whiskey Romeo. Whiskey 9, Juliet, Whiskey Romeo. This is Justin here in Roy, Washington.
Okay, we've got G7 NBH. Another check-in from the Sheffield Amateur Radio Club. Didn't quite catch your call, but I will put it around to you in a couple of minutes. And we've got a Whiskey 9 station as well. Didn't get all your call sign. Please forgive me, because I'm trying to do the login as well and keep NetLogger up to date all by myself, and it's not an easy task. So we'll put it around to the G7 station first, and then I'll take the other stations after that. Round to you, sir. The G7 station only. Go ahead.
Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel. Was that me again?
Yeah, G7 Mike Bravo Hotel. Yeah, you take it, sir, from MM3XGP.
pleasure. Certainly will. Thank you very much for letting me in. Mike in Durham here. And hope everything's well with you. I think there was a few of us trying all at the same time just back there. But running through GB3 CD repeater in Stanley Crook. And you're all coming through very nice. Back to you, sir. Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel.
Yeah, G7, Mike Bravo Hotel. Very good evening. Nice to hear you. Nice to hear someone coming through one of the local repeaters, GB3 CD, down in Crook. It's a very, very active and very popular repeater. And nice to hear people using it and coming into the net. From MM3XGP, the person on this end is Gordon, and the current location is Preston Pans, which is 13 miles south of Edinburgh. Round to you, sir.
Yeah, Roger, fine, all copied nicely there and coming through clearly. Yeah, it is a good and well-used repeater. It's a very good thing. They've got a nice little site for it and a good club. My own club is the Durham Amateur Radio Society, and we have our rally on Sunday, which I'm looking forward to. That'll be good fun. So looking forward to that. We have a decent repeater at the club, GB3 PB, I think it is, which it's not in quite as good a site as CD. So there you are. But yep, it's certainly good to hear the net going on there, and I hope you're well up there in Preston. Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel.
Yeah, MM3XGP returning. Yes, fine business, and yeah, well, it's all about getting voices on the repeaters. It's great having them on, but it's also better when you hear voices utilising the repeater system. That was primarily why this net was started up by Kevin M0 TNG. He set it up just to really get traffic and people talking, really. And it seems to be getting popular now. We're getting quite a steady flow of people checking in. And it's always nice to hear new voices and people coming in from different repeaters and all around the world. We're connected up to a multitude of different networks and systems and such like. And it's good when everybody just rallies together and for the nets and has a chat. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I'll put it back around to yourself, see if you've got any more to add, and then I'll move down the list, see if I can get some more check-ins in the log. But many thanks for calling in via GB3 CD. Round to you, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good to be part of it. Thanks for letting me in. Not a great deal more to add for the minute, but I'll sort of be listening around, and if there's another opportunity to call in, I may well be able to call in then. But wish everybody 73 and provisionally, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Back to you, Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel.
Yep, okay, no worries. G7 MBH. Many thanks for checking in. We're here every Monday evening, 8 PM till 9:30, and you can get more details on what we do on our website at DVScotland.net, where you'll get links to all the different connections that we make, and also links to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, where you'll, if you've missed the net or you want to hear your audio back, the net's usually uploaded there the following day, so you can you can hear yourself, and a lot of people sort of go, oh, you sound like that on the air, but there you go. Anyway, many thanks, and many thanks for checking in this evening. Okay, we'll pass it down to the Sheffield Radio Club. There was another station. I didn't quite catch all your call, but you'd like to go ahead now, please. MM3XGP.
It's Golf 6, Victor, Uniform Echo, and the name is Stuart. For allowing me to check in tonight, first time I've done this. Gary's sat me holding the press to talk button on his radio, allowing me to talk. But he's got to get off himself now. So thanks anyway. I'm going to have a look at how to get in from my own location as well on Monday nights if I'm not here. Alternative way for me to get in. Probably use Echo Link. But thanks very much, Gordon, for all your work, and I'll certainly try and get in again. Golf 6, Victor, Uniform Echo Portal.
G6, Victor, Uniform Echo. Very good evening, and nice to hear you. And yeah, there's loads of ways of getting in. Echo Link via MM1 CXE. Is linked to us. It's part of the DVScotland network. We're also available on this new fandangled thing that called Hamshack Hotline. We're available on 94110. I don't know if any of the guys at the Sheffield Club have spoke about it or looked at it. It's another alternative. Maybe not real radio, but it's another alternative. And you'll get a full list of all the node numbers and such like, and the repeaters and the talk groups via our website at allthewsdvscotland.net. Nice to hear you, and best regards to everyone at the club, and we'll hopefully hear you on the net some other evening. We're here every Monday night, 8 o'clock till 9:30, and we're always appreciate clubs and different people coming into the net, and that's what it's all about. Round to you, sir. G6VUE from MM3XGP Net Control.
This is Mike 6 Golf Sierra Gary calling. I'd like to thank Gordon for passing it for the rest of the Sheffield Amateur Radio Club members to check in, and we'll do it again there. So I'll be just 73s for now because I've got orders for going home. So I will check in again there. Thank you very much from Mike 6 Golf Victor Sierra.
Yeah, many thanks, Gary, and best regards to everyone at the club, and have a enjoyable evening, and hopefully we'll hear you checking into the net again. All the best, and many thanks for coming in this evening. Very much appreciated. Cheers, Gary. We'll speak to you later, mate. MM3XGP. Okay, we'll move. We've got a Whiskey 9 Juliet something. I didn't quite get all your call. So the Whiskey 9 Juliet, you take it from MM3XGP. Go ahead, sir.
Whiskey 9 Juliet Whiskey Romeo. Whiskey 9 Juliet Whiskey Romeo. Thanks, Net Control, for having me. Gordon, it's great to hear your voice again. I think you and I made contact about a month ago so far for the first time, and you invited me over to the net. I didn't get to join last week. Had a lot going on during the day. I'm here in Roy, Washington, so that's 12:30 Pacific Standard Time in the afternoon, so I get to chime in on my lunch break if I don't have something going on. So it's nice to connect. Today I actually just finished doing a certification for Skywarn, which, if you're not familiar, is something produced by the National Weather Service, a team of volunteers that can spot inclement weather, and then we have a series of repeaters locally that we can report into the National Weather Service about potential dangerous weather and things of that nature. So that's a good thing. I've only been doing ham radio for about a month now. 2 months, a month. I got it last month. April the 15th is when I got my technician ticket. Studying for my general now, hoping to take that test here on June 14th, and I'll go ahead and attempt the extra 2 just for fun to see how well I do there. But great to be here on the DV Scotland net today and hear from everyone. So 73, hope you're all doing quite well. Back to you, Net, W9JWR.
Yeah, W9JWR. Very good evening, Justin, and fine business on Skyworld. I have heard of it. I have seen it. Don't know too much about it. It seems a good system. What I have seen. Obviously, we don't have anything over here with regards to that. We just we just have weathermen that get it wrong. There's a famous one back on my 21st birthday that got it wrong, and the poor man's never let it down. He says there was no storm coming, and there was. So a weatherman called Michael Fish. So yeah, but there you go, Justin. Many thanks for checking in. I'll put it back round to you, see if you've got any more to add, and I'll see if I can get some more check-ins in the log. From MM3XGP.
W9JWR. Yeah, thanks, Gordon. It's a pretty neat service that they offer. And my wife and I are, we recently moved out to the country here, and we've got about 20 acres. My nearest neighbor is about a mile and a half or so in either direction, all around me. So pretty secluded here, which is nice. We like the privacy and the seclusion. But with that comes, certain other obligations. So we're in the process of being certified, which is basically just a safety, certified for things like what to do in a disaster or an emergency situation. We recently just upgraded all of our first aid kits, making sure that we're staying safe. And then next up on my list is to get sorted out with Aries and Races here, which are other emergency radio, ham radio services and connections around town to set up local stations in the case, go kits in case of an emergency. You're probably much more familiar with that than Skywarn. But other than that, the weather's pretty decent here today in Washington. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, a little overcast, but we've had a nice couple of sunny days the last few days. Our weather's not too much different than yours there, but it's been quite lovely the last few days. I got to go out to the beach yesterday with my wife, and it was nice. I'll leave it with you with that. So back to you, Net. 73 to everyone here today. This is W9JWR, all clear. Thanks, Net Control.
Yeah, Whiskey 9 Juliet Whiskey Romeo, and fine business on the RS and the races. Yeah, I know more about that. We have a similar organisation over here called Raynet, which is very similar to your RS and races. Maybe not to the extent of 27-foot trailers and such like. It's usually a converted caravan or something like that. But their hearts are in the right place. That's all I can say on that subject. And fine on getting all provisioned and everything. And maybe the world has to look at that and maybe have something similar here in the UK. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a national disaster network going. Maybe something similar to what you have over there with your GM, was it GMRS system? Something similar over here, where you can listen out for messages or broadcasts or such like. But there you go. We'll keep that for another night there, Justin. Many thanks for checking in, and don't be a stranger. We're here every Monday, as you know, and nice to hear you, and hopefully hear you further down, as they say. Whiskey 9, Juliet Whiskey Romeo, and M3XGP. Okay, folks, that's us at the bottom of the list. So we'll see if we can get some more check-ins. This is Mike 3, X-Ray Golf Papa with the DVScotland multi-mode net. My name is Gordon, I'm your net controller, and I'm looking for some more check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now.
This is Echo India 5 Delta EI5DD. Echo India 5 Delta Delta. My name is Sierra Tango Echo.
2 Echo 1 Charlie Echo Quebec. 2 Echo 1 Charlie Echo Quebec. Mark in Christchurch, coming through via Hamshack Hotline.
Okay, we've got 2 stations there. Echo India 5 Delta Delta, very good evening. And also 2E1CEQ. So we'll pass it over the pond to Echo India 5 Delta Delta. Round to you, sir, from MM3XGP.
MM3XGP. This is Golf 4 Golf Foxtrot Charlie. I'm sorry, I'm on holiday in England at the moment, and a long call sign. Anyway, yeah, I should be coming up on your screen as Golf 4 Golf Foxtrot Charlie. So the name is Steve. QTH is Croydon in Surrey. I'm just over here. My father is in hospital at the moment, so visiting. And my home call, EI5DD, as I mistakenly gave out just now. And my home QTH would be Galway, sitting on the west coast of Ireland. So anyway, I thought I'd give you a check-in there. I've always tried to get in on this nest, but I've more time on my hands at the moment. So back to you, MM3HGB. This is a G4GFC.
Yeah, G4GS, MM3XGP. I thought I recognised the voice, EI5DD, but it was the other call sign that was just thrown me. Nice to hear you, Steve, and trust you well, and not so good on your dad. But yeah, I know where you are in Croydon. I used to go to Croydon quite a lot. I used to work in Croydon and in Gatwick at the airport. So they were sort of my haunting grounds, as they say, back in 84, 86, around about that time, Steve. I'll pass it back to you and see what else you've got to add from MM3XGP.
Yeah, MM3HGB. This is G4GFC. Yeah, the home QTR, my former home QTH of many years ago, been in Ireland for about 50 odd years. So, as I say, that's a good spot here. I would be south of Croydon. I'd say between Croydon and Biggin Hill, if you drew a straight line, I'm roughly in the centre of that line. And I know Gatwick well. That's my route into the UK. I always fly through Gatwick, so great location too. And I remember the days of doing the ton in a place called Crawley, That used to be the spot that you do the turn on the motorbike. If you really wanted to beat a bike, you had to do the turn in that area. But anyway, they're my more irresponsible days there. Anyway, listen, I say Sevens Rays, many thanks for the contact and thanks for letting me in the net. And I see John there, so I'll give John a call on Facebook there in a second. So MM3 XGP, this is G4 GFC signing clear. Many thanks.
Yeah, G4 GFC. MM3 XGP, yeah, Crawley, that's where I lived back in the day. I lived in Crawley probably for about 10 years, Steve, and I worked at a company called Rediffusion back in the day. We done flight simulators for the aircraft industry, and Air France, Lufthansa, various other companies, and it was good fun. And yeah, Crawley's a strange place. I don't think I would like to stay there now. It's got a bit rough in its old age, but there you go. It's become a suburb of London. So. Anyway, Steve, many thanks, and pass on my regards to John, and no doubt we'll hear John maybe check in later on. Cheers for now, we'll catch you later. MM3XGP.
It's on this raise, G4 GFC.
Okay, we'll pass it down to Mark, 2E1 CEQ. Very good evening, Mark, trust you're well. And I wonder what's new with you from MM3XGP.
MM3 XGP, Gordon from 2E1CQ. Alright mate, how are you doing? Yeah, everything's A-OK down here. The shingles, I don't know if you've actually heard, as well as obviously you know about my shoulder. That's on the mend, although it's a little bit tight still. They've given me some medical bands, and I can't remember the exact name of them. The three different colours, red, green and yellow. Yellow being the weakest. And all you do is just wrap them around your hands and pull your arms wide and exercise that way. So I've obviously got to do that. I hope I can actually be back into work next Monday with a bit of luck. Asked me shingles, which I caught 20 days ago, or 23 days ago, that's actually clearing up, so that doesn't really give me a problem anymore. It looks worse than it actually is. It's still visible, but it is actually going. But apart from that, everything is actually A-OK. What about yourself there, Gordon, from 2E1CQ?
Yeah, 2E1CQ, MM3XGP returning. Yeah, I'm fine, Mark, doing away. Plodding on. Always busy, but fine on. Hopefully you're getting back to work. That'll be a bonus for you. And fine on the bands. I have seen them. A friend of mine got them once, just after, not long after they took a stroke, because they were adamant that nothing was going to keep them down. So they say instead of lying in the hospital or anything like that, and rehabilitation, it was a case of doing things, and they fitted something to the door or something, and door handles and such like, and fine on the shingles. Well, at least it's not the monkey thing. That's the plus side. What next? I don't know. I was having this conversation last night with someone. It seems that we're getting the old things coming back that were eradicated. As long as we don't get tuberculosis or polio or anything like that coming back to haunt us. MM3XGP.
MM3 XGP from 2E1CQ was strangely enough smallpox, or polio. No, polio. Polio was the last case we had over here was 1984, if I remember rightly. And that's not really that long with regards to medical terms, I don't think. But no, it's a smallpox virus, or pox virus. Both of them are in one respect. No, I don't really want to catch that. We've got a couple of cases apparently down here, or one case down here. I think the symptoms are a little bit better than shingles, but shingles just gives you a pain, although you do feel okay. I think with the other one, I think with a cold, headache, symptoms, and shivering, and obviously you come out in whatever you come out with. I'm not too sure if it's actually painful, but I did actually hear that you've got to self-isolate for 3 weeks. That's more airborne than COVID. Certainly, if you're in close contact with your partner during the course of obviously, your relationship, you can obviously pass it on that way, which is terrible. But yeah, you're probably right. I think booster jabs for COVID is going to be every single year. To be quite honest with you, it'd be just as common with a flu jab for people that actually need it. The problem with the COVID jab is that I've been triple jabbed, and all those triple jabs now are a complete waste of time because it'll be out of my system. How my system would actually cope if I caught COVID, I just honestly don't know. But as regards to catching it, the actual jab doesn't actually really last that long. It's like a flu jab. It doesn't last all year. Can only last a certain length of time. Anyway, Mike, back to you there, Gordon, from 2E1CQ.
Yeah, fine business, Mark. Yeah, I'm sort of sitting on the fence with it all. We just sort of get our lives back together, and then something else comes along. I'm sure there's a wee official that just sits in our office. I think he's maybe in room 101, and they go, well, we've got this going on at the moment. How can we spin that out with something else that's more daunting? And they come up with something else. It's a crazy world, but there you go. We'll all be watching Planet of the Apes before long. Anyway, Mark, I'll put it back round to you. I'll see if I can get some more check-ins. And nice to hear you, as always. And nice to hear you on the Hamshack hotline. I see there's a couple of more YouTube videos floating around now that word's getting about that the Hamshack hotline's available for amateur radio. Round to you, Mark, from MM3XGP.
MM3 XGP from 2E1CQ. Well, there's actually 3 systems running now, to be honest with you. Not generally talking about what's happening over the last few weeks, but there's actually 3 systems running, and I think they can actually work in together. But there you go. That's nothing of that. I'm not going to stick my boot in or talk about it publicly. It's just leave things alone and carry on using what I've actually got. It's like having a DMR radio, a D-Star radio, and a C4 FM radio, all built into one, to be quite honest with you, because you've got the 3 systems. But I do like it. It's actually a fantastic system to use. And I just got off, fun enough, from Discord with a guy in the States, Justin, and got a phone, and it's working, and it's good to him as well. But it's actually fantastic. Talking to a guy in Australia yesterday morning at 11 o'clock on the phone. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. Anyway, you can carry on with the net. I can start waffling. Gordon, thank you very much, and it's nice to speak to you again. From 2E1CQ.
Yeah, fine, Mark, and hopefully hear you again on on next Monday, and obviously watch the social medias. This is a big announcement coming up. I may let it slip on the net. We don't know. I'll see if we've got enough listeners later on. So if we've got enough, then I'll announce it. But watch the social media pages for something that's coming up next Saturday. Yeah, the 28th. So watch this space. Cheers, Mark. Speak to you later, and enjoy the Hamshack hotline and the system, and we'll speak to you later. From MM3XGP. Okay, folks, that's me. Okay, folks, that's us reached the bottom of the list again. So we'll put a more call out for any more check-ins. This is Mike 3, X-Ray Golf Papa, Personal Gordon, QTH's Preston Pans, 13 miles south of Edinburgh, with the DVScotland Monday night multi-mode net. Looking for some check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Go ahead now.
MI0AAZ, Mike and the 0 Alpha Zulu Gordon.
MI0 AAZ. Very good evening, John. Trust you're well. I did see your post on social media the other day there, but I was just about to do the are you okay when I seen your message saying that everything was okay and that. So trust you're well, and still dabbling on. Right to you, John, from MM3XGP.
Right, okay, Gordon. Good to see you in charge tonight. The boys skiving off somewhere. Yeah, it was quite a discussion you had there with the previous station about monkeypox. Isn't it crazy the way people make jokes about everything that comes out? Like I saw a good one today, a photograph going around in social media of the test for monkeypox where this guy was sitting with a bit up his nostril. But anyway, the sense of humour of some people. I'm on RF tonight for a change. Well, I was on my bat phone earlier, as you probably heard. But I'm using the wee handheld that I keep upstairs here beside the bat phone. It's a wee Radiodity GD77. I've had it for years, but the open GD77 firmware for it has made a real good job of this wee radio. So I'm coming into DMR via my own gateway here in town, which is Mike Bravo 6 Kilo Alpha MB6KA. And so good to hear you. And everybody else that's listening in there, waiting their turn. So I heard Steve. I have Steve in standby here. I'm going to give him a shout in Skype. That's Steve down in Croydon who confused you with his G4 call sign. So anyway, I suppose I could come on here and use my EI call sign and then really confuse you as well. But that's another story. Right, back to you, Gordon. MM3XGP, MI0AAZ.
Don't confuse me, because I'm doing it all myself, try to keep the log and speak and do everything else as well there, John, and fine business on the social media. Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures that's doing the rounds, and it is laughable, but it can't be fun for the people that's actually caught it. So, and I did send you a wee message. I didn't get back to you when you were asking Kev about the 4,000. So I sent you a wee message. So hopefully you'll have that. And everything's okay over here. Yeah, everything's going well. Got something else happening on the next Saturday, the 28th. So watch this space. And yeah, looks like it's going to be a good thing. But hopefully the person behind next Saturday may come in and announce it themselves. I'd like to give him the glory, John, from MM3XGP.
Right, okay, Gordon. MI0AAZ back. Yeah, well, as far as Friday goes, as you seen by the posting, I spent 4.5 hours at A&E, just to be told by the doctor down there. Oh, well, it was my own GP that sent me down. I'd seen him earlier on Friday. And he said, go down to A&E and see if they'll do a scan on you. So when I went down to A&E, sitting down there for that period of time, and believe me, I think they put really uncomfortable chairs into A&Es just to hopefully make you get fed up and go home again. But so when I eventually got in to see the doctor, he said to me, oh, all right, go back to your own GP and get him to refer you on for an MRI scan. Well, because the local hospital here beside me in Coleraine, it doesn't have an MRI scanner. So it was a total waste of time going down there. But, well, that's the way things are at the minute. And as you heard me saying earlier on to your colleague there in the group about Scotland making the news today here in the UK because all your trains are going on strike over there. I think they can't get drivers. If you need a driver, I'll have a go at it. Okay, I'm not qualified to drive a train or anything like it, but sure, I can't see you as being stuck. So back to you. Get one more comment from you, and then I'll go and give Steve a shout here in Skype and see what the crack is with him, as we say over here. Back to you from Mike India 0 Alpha Zulu.
Fine, John, and yeah, fine on wanting to be an unqualified train driver. I think we had one of them in the UK. In the 60s, did we not? Someone that their man that went to Brazil hired, and he couldn't drive a train either. It turned out, but there you go. Yeah, it's one of the things. I mean, as I said to someone, a friend of mine works with LNER, and they travel up here from Newcastle, and they got to Edinburgh and couldn't get a train, and they went, "You're not putting any buses on?" No, nothing, absolutely nothing. But to get maximum effect, do it at the busy time. It's like the postal service strike when it's Christmas, air traffic control strike when it's holiday time. The Scottish train drivers, well, strike when people are needing it most. And obviously with all the festivities that's going to be happening down south, that may happen as well there, John. It's to get maximum effect, I suppose, and well, it's the joys of unions. That's what you need.
Right, I take it you put it back to me there. Right, yeah, I just had a message from Mandy. He's listening in here, so Good job we're not saying anything too much about them. Right, I'll leave you to it, because it's 9:05 here already, so it'll soon be officially quitting time. I'm sure there's a queue of people waiting to work you. So 73 from this part of Northern Ireland, and I'll catch you, if I don't catch you between now and then, I'll hear you next Monday night from Mike and the Zero Alpha Zulu.
Yeah, cheers, John, and many thanks for checking in this evening. And yeah, we radio's sounding good on the system, so we'll catch you later. And many thanks for putting MB6K on the system as well. And fine on that, Andy. He'll be lurking. He'll be lurking with Andrex in hand. Hi. Cheers, John. We'll catch you later. And regards to everybody over there. From MM3XGP. Okay, folks, we've reached the bottom of the list again, so we'll see if we've got any more check-ins. This is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa with the DVScotland Monday night multi-mode net. We're here every Monday evening from 8 PM till 9:30, and you can get more details about what we do and what we don't do on all the W's DVScotland.net, where you'll get links to our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel, where every Monday night we upload the net to the YouTube channel, and there's lots of how-tos and different videos on how to access the network. So, without further ado, let's see if we've got any more check-ins. This is MM3XGP Net Control. Looking for more check-ins, please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now.
MM0TMG. Mike 0, Tango Mike Golf.
Okay, just heard one there. So we'll put it round to Kevin, MM0TMG, and we'll see if he wants to announce what's happening next Saturday. Round to you, Kev. You take it away, mate. MM3XGP.
MM0TMG returning. No, really, but I suppose you've kind of put us on the spot. So next Saturday night we're having a net. It's going to be called the Coast to Coast Net, and it is really just to do the usual. Try and get it is on. It's going to be on our system 53937, and it'll be worldwide, but we're looking for as many Scottish repeaters, gateways, all round the whole of Scotland to try and join in, and anybody else, of course. Ireland or Irish cousins are welcome to join the party, and anybody else who may wish to join round the world is wished to come into the Coast to Coast Net. It's only going to be on for an hour, as I've had a few health issues over this year, as most of you know, and I'm just trying to gently get back into the swing of it. Back to net control. I've said enough. MM0TMG.
MM0TMG. Sorry about that, but I thought, well, I didn't want to take your glory, you see. So there you go, folks. Kev's going to be doing a 1 hour net every Saturday evening from 9 It's 9 till 10 UK time, and it's going to be called Coast to Coast, and it's available on all the DV Scotland network. The usual ways to connect. So how you connected tonight, you should be able to connect on Saturday night, and but there will be more details on via social media and such like, and we'll keep you abreast of the situation. So that's a date for your diary, next Saturday evening, 9 till 10. So that's Saturday the 28th, 9 till 10, and your net controller's Kev, and he'll be using the call sign, the group call sign GM5DVS. Okay, Kev, I'll put it back into you for anything else, mate, and nice to hear you on, and we'll hopefully catch up with you a wee bit later on. MM0TMG from MM3XGP Net Control.
Yeah, fine business, Gordon. You're doing a good job. I know only too well what it's like to do the full 90 minutes on here. It's no easy. Especially in the early days when I was really having to get struggling trying to remember call signs and everything else. It really was quite difficult. Eventually I got kind of in a wee groove and I managed to get my own style of operating. And it seemed to go down pretty well, actually. Most people enjoyed the net. And then you know what happened. The train came down the track and kind of caused all sorts of problems, but we're getting there now. So we'll be back on 9 o'clock Saturday night. It's only an hour to start with anyway, and just to gently get us back in the swing of things. Okay, Gordon, good job, mate, and I hope you get a few more in. You're doing good. MM3XGP, oh my God, MM3XGP, MM0TMG.
MM0TMG, MM3XGP returning, and fine on the train coming in the track. Well, you better hope and pray it's never a ScotRail one, because it'll be late or delayed. Anyway, mate, cheers for coming in, and yeah, it's the hardest bit is try to listen for the call signs, try to write it down, and then come back to them as well. So when you get several, then it's quite hard to try and write it down, and I can't write shorthand. But there you go. Anyway, Kev, cheers to me, mate, and yeah, we'll do the plug-in of the net later on the old social media, and upset the natives, as they say, and we'll see how it goes. Cheers to me, and cheers for checking in, and we'll catch up with you later on. MM3XGP Net Control.
Okay, Gordon. Okay, folks, please give him your support and get him as many check-ins as he can. He's not got that much time left, so try and give him your support. MM0TMG.
Yeah, cheers, Kev, and we'll speak to you later. Okay, folks, this is MM3XGP with the Monday night DV Scotland multi-mode net. Looking for some more check-ins, please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now.
Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, VE6DCV, Dave in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Good afternoon.
Mike 7, Hotel Romeo Charlie.
India, Alpha Sierra, 2E0 IAS, Beth in Sunderland. Back to the net.
Okay, that's 3 check-ins. So we'll put it up to Calgary. Very good evening to Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor. Very good evening, Dave. Trust you're well. Wonder what's new in Calgary. I'm actually waiting on a parcel coming from well, not Calgary, but Alberta in Canada. It's been put on the plane, but I won't get it until Friday. So there you go. So I wonder what's happening in Dave's world. Round to you, sir, from MM3XGP.
Good evening, Net Control and everyone on that DVScotland returning. You're waiting for a package coming from Alberta. I better be some of that good Alberta beef. I know, or even jerky. Why not? I don't think you necessarily ship beef like that. But other than that, a beautiful sunny day here in Calgary. Taking it easy for now. We were out and about for brunch. Didn't think we'd make it back in time for radio equipment. But we are radio operations, but we are doing a few things around the house. So we'll be kind of busy doing it. Back to Net Control.
Yeah, fine, Dave, and fine on being out for brunch. And no, there isn't Alberta beef, but I probably think it would be nice. No, it's radio parts that I'm needing, and I can only source them in Alberta, Canada. So there you go. Everybody's on their Google at the moment, wondering what I'm buying, but that will all be revealed in the forthcoming weeks there, Dave. But nice to hear you, and you're sounding in fine fettle, as they say in Scotland. So put it back around to you, Dave, see if you've got any more to add, and then we'll move down the list, because I've not got much time left. I've been blathering too much. Round to you, Dave, from MM3XGP.
Blethering just is fine. That's what the radio hobby's for anyways, isn't it? Just sit here and blether and blab and blah, blah, blah. Gum flapping or whatever. That's the point as well. We feel 100% better than we did a week ago, so. There you go. I feel like I can almost run a marathon, right? We won't get too carried away. Back to that.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine, Dave, and many thanks for checking in, and hopefully we'll hear you next week. Got another net popping up on Saturday evening, so that's a date for your diary. It's the DVScotland Coast to Coast net, hosted by Kevin, MM0 TMG. He'll be using the call sign GM5 DVS, and that's from 9 PM till 10 PM UK time, and it'll be via the same system as you're getting into the net this evening, so mark that one in your diary. That's this Saturday, the 28th, the DVScotland Coast to Coast net, hosted by Kevin, MM0 TMG. Okay, Dave, many thanks, and many thanks for checking in this evening, and regards to you and your family. Okay, let's move swiftly down. MM7, I didn't get all your call sign. I should have got all your call sign. I know you're in Dundee, but you were clashing with Dave, so I know it's an MM7. I think it's Romeo something. I can't remember, but you've got to tell me about 20 metres anyway. So I've got the right person. Round to you, sir, from MM3XGP.
Good evening, Gordon, and good evening to everybody in the group. It's MM7HRC Hotel Romeo Charlie. And yeah, I'm not going to speak about, I know I normally speak about 20 metres, but I'm not talking about 20 metres tonight. Fiddling about with cars this week. A bit of car trouble. I don't know if I've mentioned in the past that I used to be a bit of a boy racer. I've got a sensible car and a bit of a not so sensible car. I've got a Subaru Impreza SDI, which is running about 350 brake horse. Quite a nippy thing. It's been sitting a while, and I've actually got an engine management light come on there, so I've been playing a bit with that, plugging the laptop in and see if I can track down what the problem is with the car there. So, car troubles this week, Gordon, so I'll put it back to you. MM3 XGP from MM7 HRC.
Yeah, MM7 HRC, MM3 XGP, boy racer. I was one of them back in the day as well. I had a Mark 1 Escort back in the day, 1300 Escort, and the engine packed in it, and ended up going to the local scrapyard and getting a 1600, and a mate of mine cut all the bottom of it so it would fit, and yeah, so been there, twin Webers, all that carry on, and some of the cars I had a Alfa Romeo Alfa Sud, TI, Peugeot 205 GTI, 1.6 when they first came out. So, but that was when you could drive around without ANPR and various other things. Enough said there, Colin. MM3 XGP.
MM7 HRC returning. You mentioned some good names there. That brought back some memories. Yeah, I had Mark 1, Mark 2 Escorts. I had a twin cam. My mate Donald here in RS2000. You probably remember them with the droop snoot nose with the twin headlamps in it. Yeah, and Alphas as well. Loved Alphas. I had a Sprint Veloce, or Veloce as the Italians I think call it, which is pretty much the same as the Alfa Sud 15 Ti. My first introduction to flat 4 actually. The Subaru's a flat 4. That was a flat 4 but with twin choke Webers on it. The Sprint 1500, that was a nippy thing. So yeah, good stuff. I'll know you're up too long. I know you're getting near the end of your net there, and you maybe want to try and get another couple of check-ins. Just want to say hello to Kevin, Kev, TMG. I just heard his monumental announcement. That's great stuff. Good to see him getting back in the saddle. I'll definitely make sure to poke my head in on Saturday night for that, coast to coast. So I'll put it back to you, Gordon. MM3 XGP, MM7 HRC.
Yeah, fine business there, Colin. Yeah, it's nice to hear Kevin coming back into the saddle, as you say, and I think it'll do him the world of good. I'm not doing his net logging or anything for him. He can do that himself. But it'll be good. It should be a good start, and it's just getting something else on the system. I mean, we've got all these repeaters and various other things, and the Monday Night Net, it's established now, but we could do with just having something else at the weekend and see how it goes. Anyway, Colin, nice to hear you, and yeah, we could talk cars all night, but some of them, it was like the other day there, I was going through Livingston along the motorway, and obviously stuck in traffic, and you're looking around you, and there's no shape to cars now. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I stood at the side of the N8 motorway in Paisley, and I used to watch cars, you know, like Hillman Imps and Ford Zephyrs and various other cars coming up, Vauxhall Forenzas and such like, and they had shape to them, they had style, but cars of today, they're all the same, no shape, no charisma. But cheers, Colin, catch you later, mate, and cheers for checking in tonight. MM3 XGP.
MM7 HRC just returned for a final there. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on about cars these days. Definitely. And my mate actually had a Forenza. You mentioned the Forenza, another drip suit like the RS2000 there, yeah. Aye, but yeah, I'll make this my final. I'll just sit on the side. I'll just go clear here and let you try and maybe get a couple of check-ins. Just notice the time there, 25 past. So I'll just sit and go clear. This is MM7 at Charsey.
Yeah, many thanks, Colin, and cheers for your check-in. Okay, let's move swiftly down to south of the border, 2E0, India Alpha Sierra. Very good evening, Beth. Trust you're well. And I wonder what's happening in your world. From MM3XGP.
2 Echo Zero, India Alpha Sierra, returning with MM0 XGP. Good evening, Gordon. Thank you for calling me in. First thing I've got to say is Vauxhall Forendas, 2.3 sloping engine, very difficult to get at the spark plugs. Hi. Had one as an uphill climber, and I wrote it off 4 times before I gave up on it. I was a bit of a speed freak when I was younger. And here's a good one for you. This afternoon, I went out at 10 to 4 this evening to go and do a bit shopping at my local Tesco superstore. And I did my shopping, and in the meantime, the dreary weather had come back in, and the heavens had opened up. And by the time I got from the store to the car with my shopping, my dress was soaked through. Here's the startling discovery. I discovered that when my dress gets wet, it goes very see-through. Oh my goodness, was I embarrassed. Car park full of people, and I might as well have just been wearing a bit curtain net. It was rather funny. So, you know, it brightened the day up no end. Back to you.
Yeah, fine business there, Beth. I'm trying not to laugh, but do you know what? Right, the burning question, because everybody's going to ask the question on the net. Did you get, when you were in the car park, did you get the wolf whistles? If you got the wolf whistles, then a wet dress is the least of your worries. MM3XGP.
IS returning. Now here comes the embarrassing admission. I didn't have anything on underneath, and some young'un crashed his car into a parked car, so I had to get out of there pretty pronto.
Oh dear, God! I would love to hear or see if he claims on his insurance what he's going to put for reason hitting a bollard. Excellent, Beth. Anyway, I'll put it into you, see if you've got any more to add. But it certainly made my night. Round to you, Beth, from MM3XGP.
IS returning MM3XGP in the group. Question. The Coast to Coast net on Saturday. Now I live in Northumberland, which is a wee bit south of the border. If you look me up on the net, you'll see that my surname is actually from the lowlands, slightly north of the border. Well, north of Edinburgh, anyway. So, am I okay to shout in on Saturday? Back to you.
MM3XGP. Everyone's welcome. It's just the name, Beth. Really, it's just the name. Kev came up with the name. Just the coast to coast. So it could be the coast of Scotland to the coast of England. It could be the coast of Scotland to the coast of the Channel Islands, or the coast of America. So it's you're more than welcome, Beth. And certainly, if you're going to tell stories like that, I'm sure the listeners would all be tuning in. MM3XGP.
Okay, thank you for that, Gordon. 2-0 I'll make this my final because I know you've got people waiting and it's now 9:30, so time's ticking on. Thank you for the net and having a quick QSO. I'll hope to speak to you again in the future. Everything with me at my age now is all health related. So if I'm well enough, I'll be on, and if I'm not well, there's always another time, as long as I'm above ground. Desperately trying to avoid the wooden overcoat. Anyway, back to you. Thank you for calling me in. 2 Echoes in the Alpha Sierra, 73s.
Yeah, 73, Beth, and stay safe, and we'll hear you hopefully on Saturday. It's 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock Saturday evening. We'll get in the same way as you're getting in this evening, and we'll hear you on Saturday. Cheers for now, and we'll speak to you later. Okay, folks, we're fast approaching the cut-off period, so let's see if we can get some more check-ins before I pull the big switch. This is MM3XG with the DVScotland Monday Night Multi-Mode Net. Looking for some more check-ins, please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Please go ahead now.
0 X-ray Delta Sierra, 2 Mike 0 X-ray Delta Sierra, 2M0 X-ray Delta Sierra.
A 2M0 EDS, very good evening, I trust you well. And person on this end is Gordon, and I'm the net controller for the DVScotland Monday Night Net. My own call sign is MM3XGP. Round to you, sir.
That's round to you, sir.
Yeah, 2M0 EDS, MM3XGP.
2M0 X-ray Delta Sierra returning. Good evening, Gordon. Finally managed to get this rig working.
Yeah, nice to hear you. And there will be a wee bit of a pause. I take it you're coming in via Kevin's node, MM3XGP.
I'm not quite sure, Gordon, to be honest. I'm just coming in on analog. I haven't came in on the digital network. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on there. And so I've just came in on the analog. I have no idea how this works, but obviously I've put in the correct tone this time, and it seems to be getting it at last from 2M0XDS.
Yeah, I just had a look. You're coming in via MB7IDD, which is the simplex gateway run by Kevin MM0TMG. Yeah, that was all that was wrong last week. Obviously, you didn't have the CTCSS tones, so that's probably why you were hearing the net. But when you were keying up, you weren't getting in. But you're getting in fine now. So you're coming right across the whole network, and obviously you're hearing the other stations as well. So just keep it locked in there, and you won't go wrong there, Donald. MM3XGP to 2M0XDS.
2M0XDS returning. Yeah, thanks, Gordon, for your help and your perseverance. You know, you've obviously got other people as well struggling away with DMR and you know, these new gateways. Well, it's new to me anyway. So I just couldn't figure out what was going on. These tones didn't used to work years ago correctly anyway, the way they are. And you guys have obviously managed to wizard them working correctly. And to be honest, they're brand new to me. So it's trying to figure out. I just couldn't figure out last week. It was actually coming in a wee bit clearer last week here. I don't know why. It was absolutely beaming in. That's how I spotted it on the spectrum scope on the 9700, and I just couldn't understand how nobody was hearing me. I just couldn't get it because it's so clear. Tonight it's maybe dropped off a wee bit. It's maybe a 5.7 here, but it's still very, very clear. So anyway, I got there in the end. It's a DMR one I'm want to crack now. Again, it'll just be some settings incorrectly set, and I can hear everybody. I can't. They can't hear me for some reason. So the quest continues. It doesn't matter if I'm using the Pi-Star or the open spot. It's the same scenario for both. So who knows? Back to you, Gordon.
Yeah, 2M0XDS from MM3XGP Net Control. Yeah, fine, Donald. Yeah, it's complicated. DMR is complicated at times, but if you look at DMR radio and you sort of break it down to digital television, right, and how they have multiplex systems on digital TV. So you may have BBC One, BBC Two, and BBC iPlayer and BBC Four and all them on one multiplex. It's similar to that. I think you said you had a 9700 as well, which you can actually set up to do a special mode. I'm sure some of the guys on the Facebook page have got similar radios, and they've set it up. But the Raspberry Pi, I can send you the details for that. No problem. How to set that up, and you'll be able to get into the system. Anyway, Donald, I'll put it back around to you, see if you've got any more to add, and then I'll see if I can get a couple more check-ins before I pull the plug on the net this evening. But many thanks for checking in. Don't touch the radio, don't change anything, you've got it working just fine. Yeah, the signal will be up and down because obviously it's simplex, so it'll be down to conditions and such like. MM3XGP.
2M0 X-ray Delta Sierra returning. Yeah, the other thing is I think there's some way to set up the open spot with the D-Star. But again, that's probably for another evening on the 9700, because it's got the D-Star, which is kind of dead in the Dundee area. But I knew you guys were quite active on it for a while back in the day. That's going back a few years now, Gordon, so there you go. Anyway, I'll let you carry on with other folk there. And thanks for bringing us in. From 2M0 X-ray Delta Sierra, going clear and listening in.
Yeah, no worries, Donald. Yeah, D-Star. Yeah, it was bringing witchcraft to the masses back then. When I went up to Aberdeen Club and showed them the radios, they were all looking at me as if this. I felt like the actor that was in that movie, The Wicker Man. I thought I was going to get burnt at the stake, but oh how radios changed. Anyway, Donald, cheers to now, and many thanks for checking in this evening. Much appreciated. And we'll see if we can get a couple more check-ins before I pull the plug. LM3XGP. Okay, folks, I'm fast approaching, well, I'm well over time, so I'm just going to see if I can get a couple more check-ins before I close the net down for this evening. So this is Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa, personal Gordon with the DVScotland Monday Night Multi-Mode Net. Looking for any final check-ins. Please say your call sign twice and phonetically. Go ahead now, please.
Golf, Mike, 0, Uniform, Uniform, Bravo. Golf, Mike, 0, Uniform, Uniform, Bravo. Graham here in Dunkeld, Central Scotland.
Echo India 6, India X-Ray Bravo. Echo India 6, India X-Ray Bravo. Alan in County Clare on the west coast of Ireland.
Okay, folks, we've got two check-ins there. We've got GM0UUB, that's Graham up in Dunkeld, and a new check-in, EI6, India X-Ray Bravo. Very good evening. Okay, we'll throw it round to Graham. GM0UUB, very good evening, Graham. Trust you're well. Trust Helen's okay and not away on any excursions or leaving you to attend the washing machine, the housework. Round to you, Graham. MM3XGP.
MM3XGP, this is GM0UUB. Well, hello, Gordon, everybody else on the net. Including Alan, just checked in there. I don't know if you've ever spoken to Alan before, but I'll leave Alan to explain himself as well. Nice to see you there, Alan. Hope you're well. And you couldn't get a nicer guy to tie the ribbons in your net there, Gordon, that's for sure. But anyway, that'll leave you in suspense waiting to talk to Alan. Anyway, over here, goodness me, we've been awfully busy. The last few days, we're getting the home QTH kind of all decorated and changing of furniture and everything else. All the radios, everything's out, all coax, all cables, everything's in storage, and lots of belongings and stuff as well. We're changing furniture as well as getting it decorated. So we've got some people coming tomorrow to hopefully pick up all the furniture. But emptying all the cupboards the last few days, we've been up and down the road. Didn't stay at all. We've just left the dogs here and gone down to Alloa and just done what we had to do through the day and then back up again. So kind of knackered. We're meeting them tomorrow, so hopefully we'll take the furniture away. We're also meeting the decorators. We'll just give them the keys and tell them to go home with it, and they give us a buzz when it's done. So that's it. But anyway, if there's anybody out there that enjoys flat pack furniture and building up new stuff, please do let us know. We'll have an open day sometime and see. No, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot to do. But anyway, there's no rush at all. We're up here in Dunkeld, quite safe, quite happy. And the big rush was getting everything done and ready for them tomorrow. So we've done that, and apart from being tired, Gordon, we're doing okay. Back to net control, GM0UUB.
Yeah, fine, Graham, and fine on the move. Yeah, it's one of the things. See, obviously my family, my gran and granddad, with them being from a farming background, they were actually in the local paper over in Fife. 50 years, celebrating their golden wedding anniversary. 52 houses in 50 years. And someone says to them, well, why so many houses? And, well, they were farmers. My granny would go in one day to a farm cottage, and she would maybe be away doing the milking, the cows or whatever, and didn't get on with the farmer's wife, and it would be, right, come on then, Jimmy, load up the horse and cart, we're out of here. And that was it, away to another farm. So I feel your pain with moving. We just never knew where our gran and granddad were going to be. But yeah, fine on the flat pack furniture. It's a challenge. I see the big company that's yellow and blue. They offer a service now. They'll come to your house and build it for you. But nah, that's what the challenge is. That's what the challenge is, Graham. Anyway, I'll put it back round to you, Graham. See if you've got any more to add, and then I'll pass it to the other station and get closed down for the evening. GM0UUB from MM3XGP Net Control.
Very good, Gordon. Well, actually, when we're not moving, we're just kind of renovating and updating the present home QTH. So, like I say, it's handy being up here in Dunkeld because we can go down and just give people keys and let them get on with it and things. Well, we're quite happy up here. So, no, we're just transforming the home QTH. That's it. So everything, like I say, most of the stuff is in storage, and once we get everything rebuilt and after the decorator's been finished, well, they just set it up a wee bit different to what it was. Now I'm retired, you see. I didn't have the office space and everything else that I needed. I don't need that anymore, so we're just kind of redesigning. So it's kind of exciting but exhausting at the same time. And I think I have reported a few times on Nets, but just the other day I was packing up my Morse code keys. And Gordon, I don't know, they must have been breeding over the years. So I had the high mount. I passed my 12 words a minute Morse test back in 1992. It was there in pride of place. But then there was all these different paddles and bugs and up and downers and everything else. And I just didn't realise how many I'd collected over the years. So I'm going to have to try and find some way of arranging them. But anyway, Gordon, thank you so much for taking my check-in. It's always a pleasure to hear you, sir. And you enjoy talking to Alan. You maybe talked to him before, you just never know. So MM3XGP Net Control. This is GM0UUB. 73s for now.
Yeah, fine, Graham, and fine on the Morse keys. You'll just need to get Helen when she goes to that big flat pack shop to buy you one of these glass display cabinets and put all your keys in with pride and joy. And nice to see you. The new picture for the Nets. I meant to comment on that. Sporting the nice Bridgecom hats that you won. We checking in on the GB7 XG's 1 year on the air. It'll soon be 2 years. God, hasn't time flown. We date for your diary, Graham. I don't know if you were listening to the net earlier on. Kevin's doing a Saturday night net now. The Coast to Coast net. Every Saturday night, 9 o'clock till 10. And you can tell Helen she doesn't have to do the Hucklebuck. Round to you, Graham, for a final, and then I'll pass it round to Alan.
Very good, Gordon. Just very quickly, where do we find that net? Because of course I don't. Well, if it's 9 till 10, I don't know. Are you Freestar? Because obviously we are doing the Saturday schedule of nets and a different thing on every single Saturday. And this coming Saturday on the International Radio Network and Freestar and anybody else is one night. It is the 4th Saturday of the month, so I'll be doing the kind of Freestar barbecue starting at 9:30 UK time. So how do we manage to find Kevin? Really good news to hear him getting back into doing net control again. I'm glad he's feeling able to do so. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm sorry to finish with a question, but you don't have to come back. Well, you can answer the question. How do we find his net? And then just move on to Alan, sir, because I've got something else I have to go and get ready for 10 p.m. here too. So thanks again, Gordon, for taking the check-in. Really appreciate it, my friend. And we'll speak to you again soon. This is GM0UUB going clear in your final.
Yeah, it'll be on DVScotland, Graham. It's an idea that Kev came up with, so I don't know where he's all connecting to. Obviously, there is other things running throughout the systems, but it's one of the ones. It was like the Sunday night. Obviously, we were hosting the Loch Lomond net, but that was obviously tying up with another net. So it's hard to fit everything around, and obviously there's quite a lot of American nets and various other things that take preference. So it's trying to juggle everything, and it is how it is there, Graham. Unfortunately. I hope that's answered the question and not been like a politician. MM3XGP.
No, thank you, Gordon. Yeah, no, thank you. And yeah, it's it's when obviously when it's kind of a busy schedule and all the rest, and you're having different hubs connecting to different hubs, coordinating it can be a little bit difficult. But we somehow get by. We somehow get by and enjoy the process. Enjoy it. Process. So anyway, 7-3's Gordon, and thanks once again. GM0UB off and clear, and hello again to Alan.
Yeah, 73, Graham. We'll catch up with you later, and regards to everyone up there in Dunkeld. Okay. Echo India 6, India X-Ray Bravo. Round to you, sir. Sorry for the long delay. Round to you. From MM3XGP.
Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa from Echo India 6, India X-Ray Bravo. Good evening to you, Gordon, and all on frequency. Good evening to everybody on DVScotland Multimode Net. I'm accessing the network here via Echolink, the Freestar network, via Mike Bravo 7, India Sierra Club. Charlie, this is it, Charlie. Yep, the name here is Alan, Alpha Lima, Alpha November. And as you can probably tell, I'm not an Irishman. I hail from the Highlands of Scotland. Actually not too far away from Graham. And GM0UUB, thanks very much for the flowers, Graham, always a pleasure. And I wish you and Helen best of luck with your renovations in the house. It's always a struggle when you start tearing things apart, believe me, I know. Gordon, I've been listening most of the evening. I'm presently at my work. I heard you say there you used to work in the aviation industry. Well, that's what I do here. I work in the aviation industry in the west coast of Ireland. It was the love of an Irish colleen that brought me to Ireland, but enjoying the hobby, and just recently got my EI6 call there. So trying to access the network everywhere. Anyway, Gordon, I won't hold it as I know you want to get off, and your net's been quite lengthy this evening, so I'll put it back to you for a final. I'll let you tie in the ribbons. Mike 3 X-Ray Golf Papa from Echo India 6, India X-Ray Bravo. Back to you, Gordon.
Yeah, fine, Alan, and nice to hear you. And you've still got your twang and your accent. I would say you were probably a wee bit further up than Graham. I would probably go towards more towards the Inverness, the Black Isle, but I may be wrong. You just got that wee singing twang. Graham's lost his. He pretends he's Invernessian, but I think he's been doing it in Dunkeld too long. I think he's lost it. He'll be cursing me. But nice to hear you, Alan, and fine on the aviation. No, I didn't build planes. I just played about with moving parts about in a warehouse for going into flight simulators, a bit like what used to be on the Krypton Factor when you seen the flight simulator. That was what we done, all the instrument panels and various other things and such like for a company called Rediffusion. We also made televisions. I think they're part of Raytheon now, or Hughes Microelectronics. It was I think they bought them over, and then Raytheon took over. But there you go. Anyway, Alan, many thanks for checking in this evening. I better get my finger out and get this net closed down. I'm not sure what time it all loses the links. So many thanks for checking in, and fine on the Irish call sign. Yeah, we've got quite a few connections over on Ireland now on the DVS system. So anyway, put it around to you, and many thanks for checking in. MM3XGP.
Echo 1, Alpha Foxtrot Charlie.
Okay, I think Alan's away. Okay, the Echo Alpha station, go ahead. I'll make you my very last check-in of the evening. Go ahead, sir.
Mike 3, I think it's actually Golf Papa Gordon. It's 2 Echo 1 Alpha Foxtrot Charlie. Name is Jeff, and I'm located in the very far southwest there in the county of Cornwall there, Gordon. Got out of here a bit late tonight. I was hoping to join you, so hope everything's fine with you there. Back it comes to you there, Gordon, from 2E1 AFC.
Yeah, very good evening, Jeff. Nice to hear you. You just caught me in the nick of time. I've managed to get you into the log to E1 AFC down in Bodmin. Nice to hear you, and I trust you well. I'll put it back to you, see if you've got any more to add there, Jeff, but I'm just a bit wary of the time. I don't know what time our connection to the rest of the network stops, so I'll put it back to yourself from MM3XGP. But nice to hear you, and I trust you well.
We're surviving there, Gordon, in a very wet Cornwall. It's just bucketed down with rain outside there. Had a busy day cutting grass, but you've got a big garden. You end up having to do these things there, Gordon. Yeah, we're okay. Staying alive, still being careful. I think I'm one of the very few that's still wearing a mask in the supermarket. And I don't think I'm going to alter that, Gordon. But yeah, we're okay, and hopefully you're doing well there, Gordon. MM3 XGP from 2E1FC.
Yeah, 2E1 AFC, MM3 XGP. Yeah, fine, Jeff. And yeah, I suppose people will now, it'll become the normal now. To protect yourself with wearing masks, so it's one of the things. Better to be safe than sorry, and obviously with the new thing, it's escalating slowly. It's better to be safe than sorry. Anyway, Jeff, I won't hold it, mate. Many thanks for coming in the night. I'm sorry I haven't got more time to spend with you, but. Much appreciated of you checking in this evening. We've got another net on Saturday night, if you're available, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's the DVScotland Coast to Coast net. That's hosted by Kevin, MM0TMG. And if you check out our Facebook page and our website, all the W's, dvscotland.net, you'll get more details. Okay, Jeff, I'll put it into you, and then I'll close down the net from MM3XGP.
Okay, Gordon, I'm accessing through a 70 Sems repeater, which is about 20 miles from me, at a place called Paul Power in Cornwall, GB3, I think it's Delta Quebec here. Please, I can access it because all I got was an area in the loft there of a bungalow. So please, I can do that. I think the thing is, Gordon, people have got complacent. My son had COVID about 3 weeks ago, got over it, but now he's really ill with sinus infections and all sorts there. It's still there. It's not going to go. But at my age, the more likely I won't be here much longer if I caught it, so I still go on the side of caution. All right, Gordon, I wrote that down there, Saturday, 9 p.m. there. I'll try and join you. But lovely to catch up with you there, Gordon. Wish you best 73s there from Cornwall there. Mike 3, X-Ray Golf Papa from 2 Echo 1 Alpha Foxtrot Charlie.
Yeah, 73, Jeff. All the best, and hopefully hear you on Saturday. Okay, folks, that's me. Now closed the net. Many thanks to everyone that's checked in this evening. Without you, this net wouldn't be worth doing, but you certainly surpassed yourself this evening, and we've had a fair old crack, as they say. And as you heard me saying to the other station, tune in on Saturday evening for the DVScotland inaugural Coast to Coast Net, hosted by Kevin MM0TMG at 9 PM till 10, and we'll speak to you all next week. We're back again next Monday evening at 8 PM till 9:30, and we'll catch you all then. I have been MM3XGP Net Control for DVScotland multi-mode system. You can get more details on the DVScotland website at allthedwsdvscotland.net, and where you'll get links to our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel. If you happen to miss the net this evening, you can have a catch up via the YouTube video that will be posted within the next 24 hours. Many thanks, and we'll catch you all again. From MM3XGP, good night, God bless, and we'll catch you all next week.